how long does it take to get my paint dry? That's one of the number one questions that I get when I talk about the shoe boxes and curing, and in these different shops, when it's like, hey, that's a cool piece of technology, how long is it going to take my paint to dry? To which I say, it varies. I wish there was a clear-cut answer, but the truth is, everybody's coating is slightly different. Even within the same brands, there's a wide variety of types of coatings, whether it's a conversion varnish, a 2K urethane, water-based, solvent-based, a pre-cat. There's so many different ways that it can be, and even within those, there's different types of catalysts, different solvent packages, different additives. And so there's a huge variety of things that go into a coating and how long it takes to dry. Probably first and foremost is how much are you applying. So a 3 wet mil application is going to be much quicker than a 6 wet mil application, right? Because we have less coating to dry. Something that's 70% solid or 60% solid is going to dry a lot quicker than something that's 10% or 15% solid. And so there's a huge variety. Even primers, so much different than top coats. Even pigmented top coats in between that can be very different. And so when we talk about curing times, it's always a, hey, let's talk about your specific process. Let's talk about what you're spraying, how you're spraying it, what does your TDS say, and then let's talk about your application. Let's test it. Let's see what it actually is going to take. We have very good idea of what it takes to cure these coatings because we've done so many of them by this time. Like, we've done hundreds and hundreds of different types of coatings, so we know what it's going to take for most of these. But honestly, the best thing to do is to learn your finishing process, for me to understand what you are doing and how you are doing it, and then I can give you a pretty accurate estimate just based on my experience of spraying so many different types of coatings and curing so many different types of coatings. So when that question comes up, and if you have that question about the shoe box, what I'll say is, let's talk about it. We know generally where it's going to be, but let's talk about it. We can get much more specific. Thanks.